Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Sydney for those who are new. Thank you guys for tuning in. Guys, I want to jump right into this topic because it has been on my heart for the last couple weeks, and I think it's time for me to finally discuss and bring the topic to surface. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about seasonal affective disorder. And before, maybe like a year ago, I had no clue what it was. So today I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of tips about it, kind of inform you of what it actually is, maybe some symptoms, and how maybe you can cope with it during this time if you have a friend, a family member who may be suffering from it. I know right now in this world we are dealing with a lot of sadness, a lot of depression, a lot of suicide, a lot of death right now. So people deal with it differently, but right now I want to just talk about seasonal affective disorder because it's a type of depression, and some people aren't aware of it. So today, like I said, I'm just going to inform you guys of my knowledge on it. I will link or put down where my resources come from. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video and find some insight in it. So let me start by saying that, I've been in the mental health field, behavioral health, for about 2 years now, and I work hand in hand with those who suffer from severe depression. So I see firsthand how it can affect someone and how it really affects a person. So today we're just going to talk about seasonal affective disorder. So what is seasonal affective disorder? So seasonal affective disorder. Slow down, Sydney. So seasonal affective disorder is a depression triggered by the season of the year. It usually begins in the late fall, early winter, typically when the days are shorter, less sunlight. It's caused by the amount of actual sunlight during the day. So how common is, I'm going to say S.A.D. That's what it's called, seasonal affective disorder, S.A.D, S.A.D. Between 4 and 6% of people in the United States suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Another 10% to 20% may experience like a milder version of it. It is shown to be more common in women than men. And some teenagers, some children may experience it, but it's usually set on by your early 20s. Now I say some because in this world that we live in today, there are a lot of kids, a lot of children, a lot of teenagers dealing with sadness, depression, anxiety, and they don't know how to handle it. So I will say, I think that it can cause, or it can affect younger kiddos, like teenagers and children. Some symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. Now, not everyone who has seasonal affective disorder experiences these symptoms, but some of the common symptoms are in the winter time, because there's like a difference between the winter and summer seasonal affective disorder. So in the wintertime, there's a change of appetite. You're craving more sweets and starchy foods. Weight gain, fatigue, sleeping more than usual. Difficulty concentrating. Another symptom may be irritability and anxiety. Increased sensitivity to rejection. Another symptom may be avoidance of social interactions. In the wintertime, what's going on? People are typically spending more time with their families. People are trying to get out more. But then there are some people who, distance themselves from their families, distance themselves from social gatherings. So pay attention to those things in your friends and family, because they may be experiencing this. Loss of interest in, regular activities. So say, for instance, you have a friend who enjoys bowling, and then all of a sudden, like in these time, for like a month, your friend does not go bowling for a while. Not saying that they may be suffering from seasonal affective disorder, but something could be wrong with them, or something could be causing them, some distance, or something could be affecting them. So, if you notice that in a friend or anything like that in a friend, I advise you to reach out to them. I advise you to reconnect with them, especially during the winter months. Some other symptoms may be feeling of guilt and hopelessness. Some physical health problems, maybe like increased headaches, you know, that's one thing. In the summertime, it may be a loss of appetite, weight loss, insomnia, irritability. Now let's get to what causes seasonal affective disorder. I kind of touched on it in the beginning a little bit with the weather and daylight, but there are some other things that contribute to seasonal affective disorder. So it says here, you know, it's related to the loss of sunlight in the fall and in the winter. Reduced sunlight can affect the body in ways that can contribute to seasonal affective disorder. So the sunlight can affect, you know, your biological clock. The decrease in sunlight can disturb your body's natural rhythms, and this could cause feelings of depression. Your serotonin levels. Serotonin is a chemical in the brain that affects your mood. So the reduce of sunlight can cause serotonin levels to drop, and this can cause depression. Melatonin levels. So melatonin is a brain chemical that regulates sleep. So more darkness causes your body to produce more melatonin, and more melatonin can make you feel more tired and lethargic. This too is a cause, you know, a symptom of depression. And vitamin D levels. Guys, vitamin D is super important, and as you know, we get most of our vitamin D from the sunlight. So vitamin D is told to play a role in your serotonin level. Less of sunlight can lead to deficiency in vitamin D. This too can cause depression. So, you know, I talked about a couple things that may, you know, increase your risk of developing seasonal affective disorder. But let's talk about who has a higher risk of developing it. So female are known to have higher risk of developing seasonal affective disorder. Actually, they're 4 times more than likely than men to develop seasonal affective disorder. Living closer to the equator, meaning living further north, you know, increases your chances of seasonal affective disorder. Your family history, maybe a family member suffer from S.A.D and other forms of depression. Having depression or bipolar disorder can also increase your risk of seasonal affective disorder. So I touched briefly on, you know, what it is, what are some symptoms, who's at risk, who is affected, who has higher risk of developing it. So now I'm going to kind of brush on, you know, because there are some people who are already dealing with depression who, you know, wintertime just gets worse. So I kind of want to just like give some tips on some things that you can do to kind of improve your mental health during these months. So one thing I notice is planning something, planning an event, having a routine, planning to do something, say for instance, planning ahead, like maybe planning a dinner, planning an event, having something on your calendar planned to look forward to kind of helps you, helps your mood, and helps you have something, you know, to look forward to, you know, in life. So just care for the future, planning social activities with friends, with families. If you're not like a social person, planning some time, maybe go to the library, maybe to do something with yourself, whether that be some self-care things, reading a new book, getting some new crafts, just having something planned on your calendar, you know, that brings you happiness during these times. Get physical, guys. Get physical. I know it's hard. Trust me, it's hard to motivate yourself to go work out, to get physical, to go to the gym, to do anything. I know. Trust me. I know. So I encourage you guys to try to be active, whether that's walking for 30 minutes a day, taking your dogs out for 30 minutes a day, going downstairs in your home and jumping rope for 30 minutes a day, something to get you physically active. And, you know, that's just good for, you know, everything. Like, it's also been shown that physical health, you know, releases endorphins that kind of help with your mood. So guys, get active, get physical during these months. I know it can be hard, but you have to tell your mind, you know, to do it. It's mind over matter. You have to. You have to. You can pull out of this, guys. You know, it's one thing. Let the light in. That means when there's sun out, get outside and get in the sun. You know, open your windows. You know, do something to allow sunlight to be on you. Be around a lot of lights. Light some candles, you know. Put extra lighting, extra bulbs, or extra lights in your home, because that's going to help you. It says here to like sit in front of a special light therapy lamp for about 30 minutes in the morning every day, and you know, it will improve your mood. I try it. And then, you know, if those things aren't working for you during these months, I suggest you see a therapist. Go talk to someone, you know, let someone know how you're feeling. So yeah, talk to a therapist, or someone that you trust, you know, to vent to. You know, talk to someone, express those feelings. Don't keep them in. One thing I've learned is that people don't know what you're going through unless you tell them. And unfortunately, you know, that's true, because, you know, if you don't tell anyone that you're sad, or you don't tell anyone that you're not feeling well and something's not the same about you, no one will know. But I encourage you that if you have a friend that you notice they've been distant, you know that they're changing their behaviors, you don't hear from them as much, you know, let that pride go and reach out to them. You know, check on them and see how they're doing. You know, make an extra visit. You know, it takes 5 minutes. It takes 2 seconds to send a text message to someone and let them know that you're thinking about them and that you care about them. Guys, we need to get back into that, because, you know, realistically, that's all we have. We just have each other. And that's another reason why I filmed this video, because I have a little sister. Like, every day I hear about these teenagers committing suicide, these teenagers, you know, doing these things and engaging in these activities, and it just breaks my heart. So I also filmed this video for my little sister, because Nisha, I know, you know, this world that I know it may seem like suicide is the only option, but it's not, guys. It is not. It is not. You have so much to live for. You have people who want you to live. You know, like, suicide is not the option, Nisha. So, you know, reach out to me, babe, because I'm here for you. And I want to see you do great things. And despite all this going on in the world, everybody, you know, I know that there's light, there is hope. And lastly, you know, I strongly encourage you guys to connect with my God, to connect with the Lord. If you don't believe in God, connect with a higher power, because he will get you through this, guys, and he will see that you make it to the springtime. You know, this season, this winter, this is a season of death, and I strongly believe that. You know, with the accidents, the car accidents, the winter storms, the suicides, the depression kills, whether you believe it or not. The suicides, the depressions, the violence, the killing, you know, the car accidents, the storms, the blizzards, all of this. This is a season of death, guys, and I encourage you guys to seek a higher power. I encourage you. Read your Bibles, get some knowledge, get some wisdom. And lastly, well, that was my lastly, guys. I hope that you, oh wait, no, I do have a lastly. For those who may be, you know, suffering with depression, or just need someone to talk to, or feeling like they're in crisis, or maybe having thoughts of suicide, as I will put a picture of the BHR. I've linked it before for you guys could contact. Call them. They are there to talk to you guys. It's free. Like, call them. Use your resources, guys. You are not alone. You are not alone. Okay? I hope that you guys got something out of this video. I hope that you guys can use it in your daily lives with your friends, your families. And always, if it's one thing that you take away from this video, you are not alone. You are not alone. There's help. There's people that want to see you here. You know, reach out and connect. And don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Because you're not the only one who is suffering. And I don't want you to suffer alone. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Guys, I also wore these yellow earrings to give you guys a little sunlight. I'm lame, but whatever. I think they're cute. They're cute. I hope you guys really got something from this video. Peace. Whoa, ain't that what the kids do? Whoa. No, but seriously guys, I hope you guys got something from this video. Stay strong.